Hey guys, what's up? It's Julie, and today I want to talk to you about a little something that I love called VipKid. So if you know me in real life, you know that I teach for VipKid, and you know this because I am obsessed with what I do. I talk about it all the time. I think it is just like a game changer for anyone, but for me as a teacher and a mom, it just really allows me to live the life that I want to live and still bring in an income doing something that I love. And it sounds way too good to be true. And so I'm always met with kind of skepticism, but also with a lot of questions from people who want to know more. So what happens is people ask me about it, and then I get so excited and I want to give every single detail. So I end up sending 25 minutes worth of voice messages to people. And I feel like that's probably really annoying to the people who had to sit and listen to those messages. So I thought, why don't I make a list of the most common questions that I receive about VipKid and my job, and just kind of answer those here for you. So hopefully this is less annoying than a bunch of voice messages, and hopefully I answered the majority of your questions. I will say I do have a group on Facebook where I kind of just post as I think of things or as I have experiences in the classroom, so I will link that below. Feel free to join it. I will also drop my email address. Feel free to email me with questions. Feel free to comment here with questions. If you already have a mentor with VipKid helping you through the process, by all means, continue to work with that mentor. I will say VipKid has a great referral mentor program. So you definitely want to have a mentor. How do I word that? They reward us for referring new teachers. I am just gonna put that right out there in the open because I don't want this to come across as like some sneaky marketing scheme. They do reward us for referring new teachers, but to get that reward, we have to help you have a successful start. We have to coach you and help you prepare, and help you, like you have to get hired and you have to start teaching, and then we get a bonus. So by all means, if someone is helping you, continue to let them help you and use their referral code so that they can get that bonus, because you too, one day when you start teaching and your friends start coming to you for information, you would want the same done for you. You would want to enjoy that bonus also. So if you're already receiving help from someone, please continue to do so. If you need someone to help you through the process, please feel free to reach out to me. Whatever you want to do, take what you can use from this video and do whatever you want to do with it. But I will drop my referral info below, as well as my email, my Facebook group. Feel free to reach out. Okay, so the infomercial part is done. Let's get into it. So what is VipKid exactly? So VipKid is a one-on-one teaching platform for teaching English. So basically, one teacher, one student together for 25 minutes virtually through video chat, basically kind of like Skype, but it's through the VipKid website and app format. So you're not going to be teaching a whole group of kids, although you can. I was invited a few months ago to start teaching like full class lessons, and I politely declined because it just didn't jive with my schedule and when I need to be available for my family. But just know, like, you're not going to get thrown into a whole classroom full of kids. It's one kid. Occasionally, like, a sibling will be like sitting off camera or something. So, you know, whatever. We'll talk about all that in another lesson or another video, but it's one-to-one. Classes are 25 minutes. Lessons are pre-made for you. Sorry, I clap a lot when I talk. Lessons are pre-made for you. So I kind of compare it to a PowerPoint presentation. You have slides, typically around 25 to 30 slides, and each slide will have content for you to deliver to the student. So traditionally, we spend about 1 minute per slide. So it's very quick, it's very simple. The lessons are pre-made. You don't have to make anything. All I do to prepare is I teach in the mornings. So the night before I go to bed, I will open up my website. I will look over my lessons. I've been doing it for 2 years now, a long enough time now that I pretty much know all of the lessons. So I'll just kind of quickly scroll through them, I'll make a list of props that I might need. Like if I'm teaching about elephants, I'll write down elephant or put it in the notes of my phone, and I'll run to the playroom and grab an elephant. So I just look over the lessons, write down anything that I could add to make it fun, and that's it. 25 to 28 minutes per class. Sorry, I'm looking at my list because there's so much information. I have to keep it on track. 25 to 28 minutes per class. If you are under, so if you finish in 23 minutes, you would fill 2 minutes with review, or for your higher level kids, conversation. I like to ask, what did you do today? How was school? What did you eat for lunch? Where did you go today? But most of the time you fill the entire lesson, and it goes really quickly. And you have to finish by 28 minutes. So you gotta wrap it up, say goodbye, have a good day, great job, by 28 minutes. So that's kind of like the basics of what is VipKid. Right now, the majority of your students are coming from China, or they're like broadcasting to you from China, but the company is in works to expand globally. I gotta keep checking my clock. It's almost time to go pick up my daughter from school. Sorry, this is so all over the place. I'm like sweating right now because I'm so stressed about like trying to hurry and make this good and give you everything you need. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, so it eventually will be global, but the general goal of the company is teaching English. You do not have to know, like I don't know any Chinese. It is fully immersive. So the kids start class, you're speaking English, and they pick up as they go, and it's amazing how quickly they learn. And also the company has a lot of supplemental videos and tools used outside of your class time to help your children develop, your students. What is required to be hired? So you need a bachelor's degree in anything. It doesn't have to be in education. You need a bachelor's degree, and experience with children would be helpful. The requirements are kind of changing all the time. For when I started, the requirements were different, but right now the requirement is that you need a bachelor's degree. You can work from anywhere as long as you have a stable internet connection. So your regular internet, plus I like to have a hotspot as backup. You need a computer or tablet, headphones with a microphone, a camera, which would typically be built into your computer, wired DSL internet connection, at least 20 Mbps, whatever that means, and at least 4 gigabytes of RAM. And so those are all things that you can kind of, like, you can talk to your internet provider, or for me, like I talk to my husband because I'm like, I don't know what that means. So those are the general requirements. How do I interview? So there are 2 methods to interview with VipKid. You can book an interview where you pick a time from a time slot, and then you meet virtually one-on-one with someone from the company, and you will have a mock lesson that you teach to this adult, and they kind of gauge you on your, like, how you did, whether you would be a fit for what they're looking for. And they do have a rubric that they will follow, and I will drop a link for that in the description below so you can look over that. So you can interview that way, or you can do like I did, where you make a video, like you're at home alone, you're not talking to some stranger. You make a video teaching the mock lesson to an imaginary student. For me, my daughter was 3 years old, so I actually had her sit across from me and be my student. But you don't have, like, you can just talk to yourself. And there are so many like mock interview, mock lesson videos on YouTube. And that's what I watch. I just watch tons and tons of videos to kind of see people's teaching styles and tips and tricks. And that is a video that I have in the works, but I'll be honest with you, it's probably going to be a long time before I get to make that. So, yeah, so I did the pre-recorded video interview. Is there anything else that I need to tell you? And instructions for how to record your interview can be found on the interview page. So I will drop, if you click my referral link and then go to like sign up and go to the interview page, it will tell you exactly how to do it. So you can do it one-on-one with a real person, or you can do it in a video and send it in. It's really just whatever is more comfortable for you. What will I be scored on during my interview? Again, that will be in the rubric, and I will drop that below. What is a typical day like for me? So I teach 4 classes a day. So that's 2 hours a day because each class is 25 minutes. So I teach 4 classes a day. I have a daughter who's in kindergarten, so I need to be done by 6:30 in the morning because that's when I need to wake her up and get her to school. So at night, I try to go to bed around 8 o'clock. Usually it's closer to 9 or 10 sometimes. And I wake up at 4 o'clock. My first class is at 4:30. So I wake up at 4 o'clock, I check on the kids, I let my dogs out to potty, I get myself some coffee or some water, I put on some quick makeup, which is not required. It's just me. I feel better and less frightening if I can cover my dark circles and put on some lip gloss. And then I teach for 2 hours. When I'm done teaching, I send in, you submit feedback for each class, just kind of telling the parents what you worked on, how it did. I also have tips for making that super easy. My feedback takes me like a minute per class, or not even a minute per class, like a minute for all 4 classes for the day. Submit my feedback at 6:30, I'm done. I am off for the day. And I am done. And then on the weekends, I take Sundays off. And I bet I'm getting so many steps on my Fitbit right now because I'm waving my hands like crazy. Anyway, on the weekends, I teach just on Saturdays from 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. And then Sundays, I'm off. You can teach nighttime. You can teach mornings. For me, I am Central Standard Time Zone. And so China is 13 hours time difference for me. So the middle of the day for me, so like 4 p.m. when kids will be getting home from school in China is 3 a.m. here, or 5 a.m. I can't remember which one. So it's like we're totally polar opposites as schedules. So that is why I teach early mornings, or you can teach evenings. But if you're like closer to China, like there are people who live in Europe who like backpack and travel and teach for this company, they can teach like all day long and get so many hours, which is awesome. But for me, I love that I've got a 5-year-old, I've got a 1-year-old, and I am done with my workday by the time they are up in the morning, and that makes life really easy. What is my teaching schedule? I kind of already told you that. You can make your own schedule. You can take off whenever you want to take off. You just don't open time slots. There was a period of time where I took 5 months off because I was pregnant. We sold our house, we moved, I had a baby, we were living with family, building a house. And so I didn't teach at all. And there was no problem. Like I didn't have to tell anybody. Nothing happened. I just didn't open slots. So you can totally make your own schedule. And then last but not least, how and when do we get paid? So you can get paid once a month or twice a month. It's your choice. I get paid twice a month. And pay ranges from $7 to $11 per class. So $14 to $22 an hour. I would say most people start out at the $14 to $16 an hour range. I don't know anybody who started out higher than that, but I don't really ask people what they get paid. But as a general rule, I think most people start out at $7 to $8 an hour or a class. So let's say, for example, you get hired and you're paid $8 a class. So that is $16 an hour, plus you can get bonuses. So for every class you show up on time for, which is silly because of course you're gonna show up on time, you get a bonus on top of that. And then if you teach, I can't remember what the cutoff is, but I know 45 classes a month, you get an extra $1 per class. And I always teach 45 plus. So say you get $8 a class, that's an extra $2 worth of bonuses per class. So now you're up to $10 a class. And if you teach 2 classes an hour, that's $20 an hour. I know that is so confusing, but once you get in with the company, or yeah, I guess with the company, you kind of start to understand it a little bit more. So basically you can make $16 to $20 an hour. And then you do have opportunities to get raises within the company, but it's like you got to be really dedicated to get a raise. So my advice is knock it out of the ballpark with your application and with your interview. Just really just make it your life mission to do the absolute best that you can so you can start out at a little bit higher of a pay grade. Taxes, we are not taxed, so you are responsible for setting aside your own money for taxes. What I would do if I was responsible, and my goal in 2019 is to do this, is when my paycheck gets automatically deposited to my checking account, my goal is to pull 20% out and move it right over to savings. That way, nothing sneaks up on me at tax time. And there was something else I was gonna say. You get bonuses for referring teachers. I'm saying that right up front. You get a bonus if you refer teachers. Right now, I think it's $100. When I started, it was $50. So I don't know if it's gonna stay $100, but that is really, really nice. So as you start with the company, you talk to friends, you share the opportunity with them, or they see what you're talking about. Like, I don't go out and like recruit people ever. I just talk about what I'm doing, and then people naturally will have questions for me. And so if I help those people and I help them succeed in getting started, then I get a little bonus, and that is awesome. And it is so, so helpful. So that's another way to make money with VipKid. There was something else about money I was gonna say, and I can't remember what it is. And now I'm just gonna sit here and talk to myself until, well, it's completely gone. I don't know what it was that I was going to tell you, but if I think of it, I will put it in the description below. And if I don't think of it, then I guess it wasn't that important. But anyway, it's like, you know, it's like right there, but it won't come out. Mom brain. Anyway, I genuinely love this company. It is not perfect. Like, no job is perfect. It's not gonna do your laundry for you. It's not gonna bring groceries to your house or cook you supper. But it really is, for me, just an awesome, awesome job. I get to teach, which is, I believe, my calling in life. It is what I love to do. I get to build relationships with these kids. You'll get kids that, like, when you're starting out, you get a lot of different kids. And then as you kind of like hit your groove, you'll get kids that'll come back, and they'll come back, and they'll come back. And then next thing you know, you're teaching them 2 or 3 times a week for a year, and you're watching them grow from totally nonverbal to having full conversations with you about their day. And like, they're just lighting up. That is, it's the best part. It's the best part. And it's a great way to make income, like a legitimate way to make income that you're in control of it. You're not selling something. You're not having to like meet a quota every month or whatever. You don't even have to leave your house. And it's just, I really, really love it. And now I feel like a used car salesman, but I really do love what I do. I really am passionate about it. So if you have any questions, please let me know. I hope this was helpful, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.